What is up with it? Today we have a 5.8 billion bounty purple Luffy versus a 2.9 billion bounty red purple Luffy. A deck I know a lot of people were excited, got a lot of new support in 09 that hasn't been featured on the channel yet. Always a little scary being a 3 life leader, but that 6,000 power Whitebeard-esque stat line is just so gosh darn strong. The red purple Luffy electing to go first makes sense. Purple Luffy definitely, prefers going first, as does red purple Luffy. The purple Luffy choosing to keep the Zoro, Kid, Yusahachi, Sanji, and Kamazo. Swinging to 6, I got to imagine we're going to counter out with this Kamazo. I'm assuming we'll see, the Zorojuro here. Makes sense. I got to imagine we're going to take a life here and then swing 6 and then play the Zoro. I'm just trying to tax a card out of their hand. This deck can really struggle with cards, right? Because he gets 2 less cards than we get over the course of the game, just naturally by being a 3 life leader than a 5 life leader. And then it looks like we grabbed the Luffy Taro off the Zorojuro. So just making sure that you're always getting a card from this Luffy, very important. So I imagine we'll be swinging 5 at this and then 6 at this. Unless this doesn't go through, then we might swing. So we countered twice there. I think maybe we could have taken one of the hits. I think maybe taking one of them would have been good. But we're probably scared of how big these future hits are going to get. Okay, yep. Go ahead and we can grab either a 2K or the Gum Gum. Don't really love grabbing the Sangoro here. Don't think I love that. Okay. So next turn we're going to 8. Is there any value in trying to go to 9? A lot of times we'll expect to see a Whitebeard played here. Yep, so getting to use this Gum Gum here. Alternatively, I mean, we'll see how the turn plays out, but we could have just taken this hit, right, if we didn't leader effect. Like, I don't think we're doing anything with this extra Dawn here. So I think that was a huge misplay on the purple Luffy's part. Definitely don't need to leader effect there. Just take the hit. You know they're only swinging once that turn. You're comfortable going down to 2 there. Swinging some 8s and then playing the 5. Yep, that's fine. They took one of the hits, countered out of the other. Swinging 8 here. This would be a nice time to have that Gum Gum, for sure. Gum Gum would have gone crazy value there. I have to imagine we're taking that. Yep. So put down to 1, pretty scary position to be in. What is our win condition here? They're an 8K leader, which is super annoying. We're at 9 Dawn. If we were at 8, we could pretty cheaply play double blocker, which would be nice. Unfortunately, this Robin actually is a waste of 2 Dawn because of the new gates. I'm not sure what we're looking to do here. I think we die just a huge percentage of the time next turn. Okay, so I'm guessing we're probably gonna swing 8 and play the Robin, which just dies to the new gate. So actually no reason to play it at all. Yeah. And they've got 2 10s. We have a blocker. We'll have just 1 blocker. I have to imagine we die a huge percentage percentage of the time here. Yeah, like this would be better, honestly, if we just don't even play this. If we get lucky and this is a Gum Gum Giant, I think that increases our survival rate a lot. Okay, choosing a counter. Yep, throwing away the 1K. Saying here, I would like to donate this 1K to you. You seem like a nice guy. So if the Luffy finds a way to survive this turn, maybe they're not in too bad of a spot. We do have 6K counter in hand, which is not nothing. It's definitely not nothing. Okay, red purple Luffy in the think tank. Have to imagine this game ends either this turn or next turn, with both players being pretty low on resources. I'm not really sure how it ever goes back to this person for another turn. I don't know what sort of sequence of events we'd need to do for that to happen. Maybe if somehow we had a way to like minus this by 3K, and then we swung at the board and blew up the 2 blockers. It's the only way I can possibly think of this going a third turn. I guess the other way it could go to this player's turn again is if they played 10-drop Nika. They could get another turn doing that. But I don't even think that'd be that good here. Yep, as we expected, they just popped that. You have to block here. Not blocking here is throwing to the Yusahachi. Yep, and then they just do that, and then you die. Honestly, is there any reason to not just play this before you swing this? Like, you could just... I guess that would be the reason to not block, is... maybe they were considering not going for game. But, like, with 8 Dawn, what were they going to do if they weren't going to go for game? I'm not sure. Okay. So they had 8 Dawn left? Okay, so if we blocked there, he was going to go swing 6, swing 10, and then play double blocker. Which, if he does that, both of those cards go +1, which is pretty nasty. Because he has 8 Dawn, right? But he gets to play this, which minuses 1, and then he gets to use leader effect to go back to 9. So he'll have 4 active. So he'll draw 2, and then he'll discard whichever one is worse, whatever one is non-counter. And then he'll play Nami, and he'll discard the other one, and then he'll draw 2. So he'll end his turn with 2 cards, 2 blockers, or actually 3 cards, because he'll still have this Yusahachi in his hand. So he'll just never die. Do we have perfect math to kill or not? Because if not, this is actually, I think, a throw going for this. Let's think. So we rest this. We swing 14. Let's say they have all 2Ks. 7, 9, 11, 13, 15. And then we swing 7. And if somehow they have fucking... Excuse my language. If they have 6 2Ks and a 1K, they do get out of it. But here, let's think about it like this. If we didn't go for it, which I will admit, super unlikely they have that. So it's when you go for it, you get there like 99% of the time. Even though this deck does play like upwards of 12 2Ks sometimes. if you go 2 cards in hand, and you kind of get to pick the 2 cards, so a lot of the times, or 3 cards, I will imagine this player ends up with at least 4K counter. Probably 3K counter at a minimum, because they'll have this 2K. So let's just say they have a 2 and a 1 and a brick, just for argument's sake. They have 2 blockers. They have 1 life. And we swung 6 and then 10. So they're at 0, and let's say they get to keep their whole board. Well, they don't get to keep their whole board. They have to block with this. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4 swings. We have to counter out of one of them. So they can go 9, 9, 8, 9, 9, 9. We get a block 2, block. I guess neither way was guaranteed. This was probably mathematically correct. The more I thought about it, because yeah, they lose this, and then because they probably have to block the 10. It's even worse if they don't have to block the 10. If they don't have to block the 10, if they're able to counter out, which if they were able to counter out of the 14, they're able to counter out of the 10. So yeah, I think going for it's correct. Like if you know you're just going to draw a ton of 2Ks, maybe the going +2 double blocker is better. But you don't know what you're going to draw. But interesting game. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.